Hello there, this is Mr.Azeez Math. In this video we are going to solve 3 questions in this iGCSE 2020 specimen that has the hardest questions in 2020 paper 2. The first question that we do in this video is this question, question 25. Find the turning point of y equals x squared plus 4x minus 3 by completing the square. So firstly, we need to know what is a turning point. A turning point for any equation is either the maximum or minimum. For example, if a quadratic equation has a graph like this point here is the turning point and this point is maximum. For a quadratic equation that has a graph like this point will be the turning point and this point is minimum. So both points, minimum and maximum, are turning points. For a cubic equation that has a graph like this is a turning point and this is another turning point. So this is maximum, this is minimum. These are the turning points. Now for this one we need to find turning point. Okay, now we know what we need. This equation has a graph like this and we need this point from the graph. We need the lowest point because this is the turning point. To find the position of this turning point, this question asks about completing squares. Completing squares, how do we do it? X squared, it will be x. If it's 4x squared, it will be 2x. We take the square root of the coefficient, but this one has this, okay, x. The middle term is 4x. We take the square root of this coefficient only. So this is 4, the square root of 4 is 2, it's plus, so 2 plus squared. Now this negative 3 is remaining outside, and since this plus 4, this minus 3 is from the equation, we write it here, and since we wrote here plus 2, we write minus 4 outside, because if we expand these brackets we will get x squared. This is not a part of the solution, it's just for information. It will be x squared plus 4x plus 4, and we have this minus 3 outside. We need to remove this plus 4 because our equation has no any plus 4. To remove that, we add this minus 4 outside. Now we are too close to the answer. We just need to simplify this. The question does not say solve. We don't need to solve. So it will be x plus 2 squared minus 7. This plus 2 inside the brackets will shift the graph 2 steps to the left, and this minus 7 outside will shift the graph 7 steps down. So it means this turning point, which is the minimum point for this equation, is at negative 2 because it goes to the left 2 steps and it goes down 7 steps. The y is negative 7. Turning point, that's why we need to write in the form of point. Next question is geometry. We need to find angle y and angle x with reasons. So firstly, let's find y first. It's easier. ABCD has all the corners or on the circumference. It means this quadrilateral is cyclic. And why we need that? Because in cyclic quadrilaterals, the opposite sides, they add up to 180. So this angle is 65. Y must be something that completes 180 with 65. So 180 minus 65 is equal to 115. So angle Y is 115. And the reason, because it's a vertex of a cyclic quadrilateral. So the angle is 115. And the reason is because I don't write the reason to don't make the video long, but I say the reason because its opposite angle is 65, and y and the 65 are opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral, so they complete 180 together. And angle x is observing this arc AD, while this angle 55 is observing the same arc. So x is 55. The reason we can say because they have alternate segments. This 55 and x, they have alternate segments. The next question is this one, 27x power 6 all power 1 over 3. Remember that when there is a little bracket like this and one power outside, this power will be for all the terms inside while there is multiplication between them. Now, we will rewrite this as 27 power 1 over 3. There's nothing between them, means times x power 6 power 1 over 3. And you know, when something has two powers, we multiply the two powers by each other. So 27 to the power 1 over 3 is equal to 3. And x power 6, then power 1 over 3, we multiply these two numbers by each other. 6 times 1 over 3 is equal to 2. So it will be x power 2. The answer is 3x squared. Next question, part B, has the same idea, but this one is a little bit more complicated. Here what we do, this part is just like part A. This 0.5 will be for the 64 and for the x power 4. 64 power 0.5 times x power 4, then power 0.5. When something has two powers, we multiply the two powers by each other. This side all multiply by 4, x power negative 2. What we do later, after this step, we multiply the numbers together and the x's together. Let's simplify this. X power 64 power 0.5 is equal to 8. 64 power 0.5, it's 8. 4 times 0.5 is 2, so 8x squared times 4x power negative 2. Now we multiply these two terms together, numbers together and x's together. 8 times 4 is 32. X squared times x power negative 2. Since we have the same basis, x, we add the powers together. We will have x power 2 plus negative 2. Because they have same basis, we add the powers. 2 plus negative 2 is 0, so we will have x power 0, which is 1. It will be 32 times 1, which is not necessary to write the 1. The answer is just 32. The next question is about simultaneous equations. Solve the simultaneous equations. You must show all your working. Commonly, the simultaneous equations are linear, but here, since we have one of them nonlinear, the best way to solve these simultaneous equations is to use substitution. Y equals 5x squared plus 4x minus 19. Y is also equal to that. So y is equal to y. It means the other sides are also equal. So 5x squared plus 4x minus 19 is equal to 4x plus 1. If one of the sides were 2y, we have to divide both sides by 2 to make it y. Then we equalize these sides together. But luckily this time it's just y. For sure y is equal to y. It means 5x squared plus 4x minus 19 is equal to 4x plus 1. Now we have a quadratic equation. Let's write it in the standard form, equal to 0, then we will be able to solve. Now we have 5x squared plus 4x minus 19 minus 4x minus 1 equals 0. How did this happen? We want to have the right side be equal to 0. That's why we subtract 4x plus 1 both sides. Then this side will be 0 and negative 4x minus 1 will appear on the other side. Now we have like terms. 4x and negative 4x, they cancel each other. Negative 19 and negative 1 will be negative 20. So we have 5x squared minus 20 equals 0. Now we can solve it using calculator because it's equal to 0. In the calculator, you go to mod, equations, then number 3. 5a is the coefficient of x squared, 5 equal. Why I use calculator? Because in iGCSE it's allowed, so it's okay to use to save time. There is no middle term in this equation because there is no x. The 4x and negative 4x, they cancel each other, so the coefficient is 0, and the constant is negative 20. Make sure to write the negative with it. Then x1 is 2, x2 is negative 2. We got two values for x, 2 and negative 2. 2 and negative 2. To work out the value of y, it's easy. We use substitution. We can use any of the equations, and then we put 2 in place of x. We get the value of this y. Let's use this one, which is easier. We will have 4 times 2, which is 8, plus 1 is 9. So 2, 9 is one of the solutions. And when x is negative 2, we will have 2 times negative 2 is negative 8, plus 1, it will be negative 7. Negative 7 is the other possible value for y. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you find it helpful. Thank you.